Hi, it's Cindy at Shenandoah Papercraft. Welcome to day 2 of 3 days of hashtag Halloween 2025. It's from April 30th to May 2nd, which is the halfway point to Halloween. This is put on by Nancy Piter. She has invited all these crafters to create some Halloween goodies for you. So please go to all their channels. These are all YouTube channels except this one. Kelly from Doodles and Diaries has an Instagram account, so please go on over to Instagram and look at hers as well. Here is what I posted yesterday that I finished, and I'll show you a little bit more of what I've done since yesterday. So here's the 3 tags I made yesterday. And again, I made Bad Witch, Malevolent, who is Maleficent's sister, and Dracula with his green glowing eyes, blood dripping, and his hypnotic ruby. So those are the first 3 I've done. I'm going to put those to one side. Now I will show you what I've done so far with the tag items that I thought I'd be working on. So I had shown you my Zoltar ticket, my fortune that he gave me. And what I did was I printed Zoltar in his fortune telling booth. Here's a quarter to put in the booth, although it's more like $1 these days, but it used to be a quarter. And here is the ticket that popped out of his machine. So I turned him into a pocket. And on the back side, I put another picture of Zoltar in his booth, and his fortune-telling globe, and a coupon. So that is what I did with the Zoltar ticket. The bingo card I showed you, I went ahead and to make it, remember I said everything I was making couldn't be any larger than 3.5 by 5.25. So it was a little too long, so I just cut off the Milton Bradley part, and I made 2 bingo cards. This is Trick and this is Treat. So Trick, I've got some Tim Holtz letters that I put Trick at the top, and I put these 2 little ghouls that are trick-or-treating on top of the bingo card with some of the, I think it was this behind it, and Hocus Pocus. So that's Trick. And Treat, the same thing. I cut out the Tim Holtz lettering up here, and these little ghouls got candy, and I put black spider webs behind them. And these are again on the bingo cards. So we have Trick and Treat. And then I showed you a napkin, and what I did was I decoupaged it onto this card with Mod Podge and added a, okay, it's a cheat, it's not a raven feather, all we have are seagulls around here, so it's probably a seagull feather, arsenic poison. And then on the back is our friend Edgar, Nevermore, with his raven, Midnight Secrets. So I just, like I said, Mod Podged the napkin on the front and the back and made kind of a tallish, thin tag. Then next, I had my Viewmaster reel, and I made a moon Nocturnal Mysteries with a very ratty, tattered tissue. Let's see, I used like tissue paper from a dress pattern, and I just made a ratty old ruffle, and I stained it and made it all uneven, and put a piece of that sari fabric underneath it, and a little moon face, and that is my Viewmaster reel. And the next one I made, you remember the negatives I showed you from Germany. I thought they looked kind of like X-ray film, so I made an X-ray Whispers of Dark Skulls. And here's an x-ray of a hand. And I had these funny little skeletons, and I stripped off some of his arms and legs and stuff on one of them. So here's the arm that was x-rayed up here. So this is the film strip, and then I just put the bones, the skeleton bones on there for the x-rays right here. And so I had these bones out. I decided I'd do something else with them, and I made the bone collector. Now this guy, he's one of those seedy sideshow snake oil guys that was going around and secretly buying up ground bone from the witch's graveyard. Mystery of Witch's Bones. So he bought these ground up bones, and then he sold them off as a magic potion because they were witch bones. So, you know, he's in the graveyard on his bone barrel, and here's his bones that got ground up. And for the tea bags, Susie at Shabby Soul, like I said yesterday, and I forgot to finish my train of thought, I think, I tore off the bottoms of the tea bags and emptied them out. And then when there's the two openings where the tea was, you slide pictures into them and decoupage them shut. So what I've done with that, I've made the witch's tea. So here's the tea. I printed the picture twice and folded it under for a pocket. So it's witch's poison at their special tea. And I made witch's tea. Here's the witch's tea bag. Midnight serum. And I inserted a picture of a witch on one side and also the other side, and Mod Podged them all over so it's nice and firm. And that is the tea bag for the witch's tea. So those are a few more that I have done, another 8. So I'm up to 11 now. So I'm halfway there, and I will be making more with you shortly. All right, the next tag we're going to make is this lovely little lady here. I cut a piece of lace off to go on the side here, and then I thought I'd put her like this. Got this candle here. I have this little, it says Midnight Secrets. I punched holes in the corners, and I'm going to put these brads in. Excuse my fingernails, they're covered in ink. I'm going to put these brads in here like this and put that down here. And then I have this piece of jewelry that's a sliver of a moon with little rhinestones in it, and I thought I would put that up in that corner. So let's see what I can do with this. So how is everybody else's projects coming along? I hope those of you out there are joining us at the hashtag Halloween 2025. We'd love to see what you come up with as well. The edge. And I'll trim that off at the top. Same thing, I'm just gonna put a little bit of this. This is PVA glue. It's really nice. I like it a lot. Got it at a art supply store. And it dries fast and it dries clear. And it's meant for bookmaking, so you won't get any warping papers. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down here, and then I'll punch additional holes in here. Alright, so that's there. And now I'm going to use this 3-in-1 to go up here for the jewelry piece. I'm just going to put it right there so that the candle shines its light from the moon. So there's that. I'm gonna stop the camera for a minute to put these things in because I got to figure out where to punch the holes and then stick them through. So I'll be right back. All right. Midnight Secrets. I did make one off camera. I actually went to my sewing machine and I decided after one tag of sewing that that was enough. It's too time consuming for this project, but I had made one similar to this a couple years ago and I liked it so much I made kind of another one. And this one's Secrets Hidden Among Venomous Spiders. So there's a spider and a spider web and the Victorian lady relaxing. I don't know if you can see that. Her drawers are really pretty. Now I've got a couple more sitting here that I was fiddling with. This one is, I like her. She's pretty witchy looking. And I love this background. It was a freebie. I don't remember who it's from. So what I'm going to do is just make a simple kind of a witching hour type thing where, let's see, I like the bat and I like the house. So I'm going to kind of move her over and cut her shoulder off so that, well, then her hat won't, yeah, it might. Okay, I'll go like this. Put a little hat. I put some little black spider webs and a little tatted rose on her hat. And then I've got this Witch's Secret Spells, which I will put down there. And of course, I'm going to ink a little bit around the edges here. I inked around the edge, and I didn't use black. I used, it's called Rich Cocoa. It's a very dark brown. It's a little softer than straight black. So I did that around the edges. And I did the edges around her too, so they're not white. And I crumpled up the little Witch's Secret Spells sign and did some inking on there. And then I've got the hat with the spider webs and the little rose on it. And I remembered I had this key I was wanting to put on here, so I got that out too. I want to make sure her hat doesn't hang off the page. No, that'll be fine. And then I think I'll put this down here. Now for the hat. How's that look? And then I'll put the key to the house. I think I'll just put it straight because I don't want to cover up the bat. I like the bat. I'll cut the bottom off here. I'm the messiest crafter. I get glue on me and ink on me. Okay. And there's our Witch's Secret Spells. This is number 14. Oops. Here's number 15. This is not a mermaid. She's a siren. So she's a little more dark than a mermaid, and she lures living things down below the water and drowns them. And yeah, those are meals. So what I've got is some, I'm gonna call that fishing net. I've got green, lime green. It's the back of the index card. She is a siren of death, disturbingly beautiful and heartbreakingly deadly. So that's her saying. Then I made some cutouts of, well, here's a mermaid, a dead mermaid, her skeleton, and some dead fish, their skeletons. And they are going to go in this pocket that I'm going to make. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay down this sparkly green background. First, oh, this is a paint chip, by the way. What kind of glue should I use for this one? Yeah, it just makes more spider webs. I'm going to let that dry a minute, and while I am drying that, I'm going to go ahead and ink up some of these pieces. So I will be right back. And I'm back at it. I went ahead and cut the edges off of there. And again, I'll be putting something on the back of here after. I want to do all the fronts first. This is going to be a pocket, and I just put the like fishing net underneath that, and then I'm going to glue the pocket on down here. So we can do that. I'm going to put a lot of glue on because this netting does not like glue. So she's going to go right down here. Some of that peeking out. Now when that is dry, it'll have the dead mermaid and the two dead fish in here. I also have, remember the little skeleton I took apart? Well, I saved a little bit of his foot, so I'm going to stick that like right there. I'm going to take those out till it's completely dry. Then the sign here, let's see if I want to put it up there. Probably. Yeah, I think I'll put it right there. In the sea siren's lair. So here is the sea siren. And she's number 15. I'm getting there. For number 16, I had made this collage, oh, maybe last year, and I never used it. And I thought it was so cute, I have to use it this time. So I'm just going to, I think I'll ink it up a little bit around here. I'm going to use this green index card for the back. I'm going to ink around here and glue it down and call it done. Now this was easy. It's really cute. I had this clear spell bottle, which I put that green glittery paper behind, put witch's brew on it, and then just collage some little witch cutouts on here. Put a spider and a skull charm, an eye of newt, and that's good. It's on the back of green index paper, so it's ready to journal on. So this would be number 16. Okay, I am down to the last 4, 17 through 20. Let me show them to you. First we have Bewitched. It's a fantastic witch's weather vane on top of an old house. I think that's in Salem. And what I did was I put it on, the picture on a paint chip. You can see the 2 browns right there. And I put her crystal ball in the middle of there. It's called Bewitched. And I put it on dark paper with gold stars. And on the across the bottom here is the rusted metal trim, which is like the gingerbread around the rooftop of an old house. So that is 17, Bewitched. Number 18 is this lady on the back of a playing card. She's a widow, but don't feel sorry for her. She is on her 5th husband. They were all poisoned, and she sure loves her mourning jewelry. She collects a piece of jewelry every time one of her husbands mysteriously passes away. So don't feel sorry for her. She's getting her jewelry. That's number 18. Number 19 is called Haunted. And this is actually a companion card to this one. They were off of the same freebie. They were connected like a book page. And I just disconnected them and made 2 separate cards. And again, this is Haunted. We have the ghostly lady. Here's the haunted house, the word haunted, and a key to that door as well. So this is 19, Haunted. And last but not least, number 20 is Enchanted. And this little sweetheart is going trick-or-treating as a spider girl. You can see her webs. She is on purple glitter paper and then a layer of sparkle tulle. And the bottom page is black with white spider webs on it. And I've put little brads on either side of this enchanted sign. So this is number 20, Enchanted. So I did hit my goal of 20, and I'm going to now put them on the ring. Now I hope they fit this 1.5-inch ring. If not, then I am going to make 2 book rings full, maybe put 10 on each. So you'll either see 1 or 2 of these tomorrow. My next step is to put something on the backs of all of the papers so that they're just as nice to look at when you flip. So I'll see you all tomorrow with my final project finished.